Thanks for tuning back in to Mr. Rogers Laborhood. I am your host, Mr. Rogers, and today's video is just going to be a continuation from the last video. It's going to be demo part 2. We're going to wrap up the demo work. Pretty much after this video, you're just going to have an empty hole, which is what we're shooting for. In case you can't notice, I am sporting my TB Nation t-shirt that I picked up just recently. If you go to Mike's Patreon account, which I'll have linked down in the description, pretty sure that's where I found the links for it to the site where you can order these. Super nice, not really that expensive. I think this is like the premium blend one. I think it was like 25 bucks. The regular cotton blend ones are like 20. And so if you want to support the channel, support Mike Lopez, or if you just want to show, your tiny boat pride, then go ahead and pick one of those up. First and foremost, I gotta say, I'm sorry guys that this video has taken me so very long to get out. Work and school and home life and the boat itself has gotten completely insane over the last month. I just finished up a big class I had to pour a ton of time into that. So the rest of the videos going forward from here are going to be not like the previous ones where they're all just sped up and you're just watching me do a whole bunch of work. They're going to be more in-depth videos showing you some of the repairs that I've done, some of the issues I've had to address, some of the same things where if you are a guy doing and fixing up an old boat, they're probably going to be the same issues you're going to have to deal with. If you are only here for information pertaining to like fixing up an old boat, doing what we're trying to do with this whole, tiny boat movement thing, if you don't want to watch the whole video, scroll towards the end. There's some videos that I shot off GoPro with my phone, specifically addressing foam issues. And if you are fixing up a boat that's 10, 20, 30 years old like mine is, foam is probably going to be an issue you're going to have to address. So, if you want to check that out and just that, scroll towards the back of the video. There's some pretty interesting information in there about what I found with mine. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is demo part 2. So today I tackled this side of the boat. So that block is now this pile. And you know, I actually contemplated not even touching it, just leaving it alone, leaving it in place, maybe cutting into it a little bit to put like a box inside of it and then framing around that. Once I said, you know what, no, I already pulled the stuff from the front. Might as well, I mean, pretty much, I might as well just do an entire gut job of this boat and start with a clean slate. And as soon as I got into the lower half portion of this foam, so as you can see, this part right here was molded against the hole. I was glad that I did. And I'll show you why. Dry glove. This is the foam against the hole. Yep. That's right, gentlemen. 30-year-old foam. It's not dripping wet, but it's definitely damp. Everything from like the lower, I'd say, probably the lower 4 inches of that block was damp like this. And some of the pieces were really wet. I could actually squeeze droplets of water out of them. So that's why you pull all this old crap out. I mean, this stuff is over 30 years old in this boat. It's probably going to be wet. And then also along those lines, I kind of figured out why some of it is wet. There's a rib right there, or a channel that runs from the front to the back, and they put foam in all of it. So basically all this stuff, this is all wet in here, and it's just really a stupid design. They shouldn't have filled these channels full because they're meant for drainage. When you put foam in there, where do you think the water's gonna go? It's gonna sit against the foam and it's gonna soak it up after time. I'm actually surprised it's in as good a condition that it's in. So just a little pointer for you guys thinking about, you know, starting your own project later. Okay guys, just real quick to further iterate my point about removing this old foam. So this stuff right here is actually the top half of the block from this side. So this was just the stuff that I cut real simple with the Sawzall to get it out. This stuff isn't so bad, you know what I mean? The top part of it, this is all dry. And yeah, still pretty lightweight. Now, this stuff is the whole bottom half right here. So I'm just gonna pick this bag up. All right, that's off the ground. That's almost 11 pounds. That's just the bottom half of that foam block right there that's wet. Now this piece right here came out from between those two ribs. It's completely saturated. It's like old styrofoam, as you can see. This thing should weigh nothing. I mean, it's about an inch thick of styrofoam. It's pretty much zeroed out. Let's pick this bad boy up. That piece of foam right there has so much water in it that it's about 4.5 pounds. Just by itself, just this piece of foam. Like, that piece of foam is not that big. So, just food for thought, guys. Okay guys, so that wraps up pretty much all the demo on the boat. The next video that's gonna be coming out really soon, I promise. That video is already shot. It's not really gonna be a whole lot of editing. It is going to be on transom removal and replacement. I'm gonna have a lot of good information, the materials that I use to replace that. So if you're doing a build and you've got an old rotted transom, make sure to subscribe so that way you'll get a ping when that video is done and posted. Just to touch real quick on safety, if you watched the end of the video and you saw, you know, me pulling all the foam out of the boat, make sure that if you are going to do the same thing that you have a plan to put that back in. I know Mike Lopez gets hit on this all the time. Guys ask, do I really need the foam in my boat? It's taking up room, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you absolutely need that foam. It is there to save your boat and save your life in case of a catastrophic accident. So make sure if you pull that stuff out, you have a plan to put it back in. As always, I'll have links in the description for Mike Lopez's Patreon account, YouTube channel, and anything else that I can think of. If you like the video, throw me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Help the channel grow. And I'll see you guys next time.